Chilling tales for dark nights.
The following performance is a first-round entry in the 2017 Evil Idol voice acting competition. Voting is simple. Following the performance, simply click the thumbs up icon on this video if you'd like them to become a member of the team, or the thumbs down if you'd rather they not. Voting on this entry will conclude 1 week after the date of its posting. Good luck to all of our contestants.
An excerpt. Edgar Allan Poe, The Telltale Heart. Have I not told you that my hearing has become unusually strong? Now, I could hear a quick, low, soft sound, like the sound of a clock heard through a wall. It was the beating of the old man's heart. I tried to stand quietly, but the sound grew louder. The old man's fear became greater and more painful. But it was more than anger. In the quiet night, in the dark silence of the bedroom, my anger became fear. For the heart was beating so loudly that I was sure someone must hear. The time has come. I rushed into the room crying, "Die! Die!" The old man gave a loud cry of fear, and I fell upon him and held the bed covers tightly over his head. Still, his heart was beating, but I smiled, and I felt that success was near. For many minutes, that heart continued to beat. But at last, the beating stopped. The old man was dead. I looked away from the bed covers and held my ear over his heart. There was no sound. Yes, he was dead. Dead as a stone. And his eyes would trouble me no more. So, am I mad, you say? You should have seen how careful I was to put the body where no one could find it. First, I cut off the head, and then the arms and the legs. I was careful not to let a single drop of blood fall onto the floor. I pulled up 3 of the boards that formed the floor, and I put the pieces of the body there. Then I put the boards down again, carefully, so carefully that no human eye could see they had been moved. As I finished this work, I heard that someone was at the door. It was now 4 o'clock in the morning, but still dark. I had no fear, however. As I went down to open the door, 3 men were at the door, 3 officers of the police. One of the neighbors had heard the old man's cry and had called the police. These 3 had come to ask questions and search the house. I asked the policeman to come in. The cry, I said, was my own. In a dream, the old man, I said, was away, and he had gone to visit a friend in the country. I took them through the whole house, telling them to search it all and search it well. I led them finally into the old man's bedroom. As if playing a game with them, I asked them to sit down and talk for a while. My easy, quiet manner made the policemen believe my story, so they sat talking with me in a friendly way. But although I answered them in the same way, I soon wished that they would go. My head hurt, and there was a strange sound in my ears. I talked more and faster. The sound became clearer, and still they sat and talked. Suddenly, I knew the sound was not in my ears. It was not just inside my head, and at that moment, I must have become quite white. I talked still, faster, and louder, and the sound, too, became louder. It was quick, low, soft sound, like the sound of a clock heard through a wall, a sound I knew well. Louder it became, and louder. Why? Why did the men not go? Louder, louder! I stood up, and I walked quickly around the room. I pushed my chair across the floor, and I made more noise to cover the terrible, terrible sound. I walked, I talked even louder, and still the men sat and talked and smiled. Was it possible that they could not hear? No! They heard! I was certain of it! They knew! And now, they who were playing a game with me! I was suffering more than they could bear. From their smiles and from their sounds, louder, louder, louder. Suddenly, I couldn't bear it any longer. I pointed at the boards and cried, "Yes! Yes, I killed him! I put him in the boards and you shall see! I killed him! But why does his heart not stop beating? Why does it not stop?
Thank you for listening. If you haven't already, don't forget to cast your vote for this contestant via either a thumbs up or thumbs down vote. New entries will be posted throughout July. Be sure to tune in and vote for each of them and help decide who becomes the next evil idol. In the meantime, turn off the lights and turn on the dark.
Chilling tales for dark nights.